Heavy rain causes usually friendly Spring Creek to snap. Local photojournalists record the rage.
We'll get you, just hang on! Hold on to the rain!
The storm caused 5 deaths, left many homeless, and ravaged the campus of Colorado State University.
It was entirely too close to call for the staff who were here. I had 6 staff people in the game room, and they were mopping up water as it trickled into the building, and then they couldn't see the water rising on the door because it was dark outside. But they knew that there was too much water, and they got out and missed the doors blowing in by a matter of seconds.
We had some facility staff and students that were down there Monday night when it was leaking, and they were out there. They were down there moving materials and trying to keep stuff away from the leakage. And then they heard the wall groan, and they literally took off and ran up the stairs. As they were running up the stairs, the wall caved in. And so I think we have to count our lucky stars and be blessed that none of these students, staff, or facilities folks were injured or that we didn't incur any deaths.
This is the campus library, home to about 1.8 million books and periodicals. Everything's fine up here, but take a look. This is
Like a buried treasure, 500,000 library books lie trapped underwater.
The materials are high-use materials, both in terms of books and bound journals.
A river through the student center wipes out the year's supply of textbooks.
The water was, in most places, 10 feet deep in the whole lower level, from the theater all the way through to the bookstore.
Buildings, offices, and classrooms proved no match for the storm's fury.
This is what was our library resource room at the police department, and it just gives you an example of what most of the department looked like right after the flood.
My adult life is in this. Seriously. 200 papers, 12 books, letters, files, stuff that can't be replaced.
The 2 rooms that we work with, Classroom 3A, which is our little classroom and technology room, was filled to the top, to the ceiling, and as we were our offices, we lost everything for the last 9 years in Project Promise.
Remarkable. I spent 4 years on this campus attending college here at Colorado State, and I can tell you, certainly in those 4 years, never saw anything like this.
We lost all of our classrooms, all the offices, and the entire costume shop. And we had a small department with little money to begin with, and now we have nothing. So.
This is the inventory list of all of the campus television equipment. Campus TV studio was wiped out, and basically we have to go back and remember everything that we bought during the past 7 years. For all intents and purposes, CTV is dead this semester, as far as we can tell. And that's too bad, because Campus TV was the name of the best student newscast in the country last year.
In the admin annex, which is the building that houses registration of records and student financial services, we had water in the basement, so we've had to evacuate the building. We also lost power to the building, and so we've had to make do with what facilities we have, which is right now we're offering full service on the patio.
Okay, we'll take them.
This has been very devastating to the entire library personnel in terms of 2 years of the construction of a new addition and the total renovation of the existing facility, and being in that kind of turmoil for 2 years, and then for this to happen. I mean, it's got to be devastating to them.
All these instruments will have to be chemically cleaned. The woodwind instruments are certainly more heavily damaged than the brass. We lost all of the marching band uniforms, so that's a major concern. All of the marching band music was lost, so it's going to slow things down, but we'll be ready. It was just a question of working harder.
We lost everything. Our computers are completely obliterated. All of our files, all of our training materials, all of our dictionaries and sources, everything from our style guides to our design reference books, everything's just gone.
There's the possibility that...
Definitely there's something that happens when you lose everything, that you know that when you're still there, that it makes it more important to you. It's much more important now to put out a paper than it ever has been before.
It's about the people. And what the Laurie Student Center staff did to try and save the Student Center, both at the beginning of this event and at the end of the event. The campus was so overwhelmed and so stressed with the magnitude of this disaster that it was clear that if our folks did not jump in the water and recover the essential stuff, it may not have happened. And I didn't have to ask. The folks here in the Laurie Student Center have such pride in this place that they just did. The folks who work here are the heroes for the Laurie Student Center and always will be.
But incredibly, they believe they may be able to resume summer school classes here on the campus tomorrow. Maybe not a surprise when you see how hard these guys are working.
As the water recedes, determination rises. The campus unites and creates a force equal to the storm. Over the sites of devastation can be heard the sounds of encouragement. Courage and a can't-stop-us attitude take over as people roll up their sleeves and do what needs to be done.
You were here, why go home? These people were here, we had to feed them, so we did it.
Pat Palumbo, a residence hall cook, wasn't going to let a power outage keep her from making breakfast for 1,000 conference kids the morning after the flood.
It was really exciting to get it, to see if we could get it done and get it done right. Because our reputation was at stake, and we weren't going to have a blackout ruin that.
Pat's story is typical of how the campus scrambled to find temporary solutions in the middle of chaos and uncertainty.
We're with the Hartshorn Health Service, and our building is closed still because of no power and cleanup in the basement, which was flooded. So we're trying to set up some temporary headquarters over at Allison Hall so that we can at least provide some limited service. We also have the health van set up outside the health center. We feel like we're kind of a MASH unit now, but we feel like we've been able to really help a lot of people with some stuff that otherwise would be a real hassle for them to do.
Lisa, how are you? Good. Come on in. Our students were scheduled, this happened last Monday, they were scheduled to come in yesterday for the first day of our program. The issue was that we had less than a week to get ready for their arrival and start. And this program is super intense. We spend 1,050 hours with the same group of students, so we have to get a lot of things done in that so they really are ready to be the world-class teachers that we want them to be.
Things are going real well. We have a guy here that we brought in especially to coordinate this whole operation. His name is Bill Boss. This is the same guy that was responsible for putting the World Trade Center back in business. And he did this in about 2 weeks after the bombing. So we have a lot of people on campus working, and I think with the coordination that we got, I think getting back on track is just a matter of semantics, because I think we're going to do it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
We'll be different, but we'll be up and running for the fall semester. This morning, a week after the flood, we are building a temporary location for our textbooks. Our textbooks have been reordered. We consider ourselves to be the unifying force on campus, and for the Laurie Student Center staff, this is a time when we have been more united than ever.
The people of Colorado State put their tireless energy and community spirit to work in reclaiming what the flood stole. Summer school students were back in class 2 days after the flood. Library staff set up a command post the day after. The Student Center had an emergency bookstore within a week. Financial aid, CSU PD, student health didn't miss a beat. And those here for summer conferences didn't miss a meal. From cooks to counselors, students to faculty, there's just no stopping us.
What this is about is people. It's about many, hundreds, thousands of stories about individuals who have worked very hard to bring us back to where we need to be.